All right. So we take off. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's session. We have in the house Coach Itwen, we have Coach Christy, and of course, my humble self, Lorenzo. So today promises to be very, very exciting. If you stay with us for the next 1 hour or less, you'll be glad you did for yourself as an investor in the ZENIQ ecosystem and also the Layer K ecosystem. So we'll be taking questions and answers. So today is open day, open session. So whatever has been bothering you and your team members, this is the time to air them out. So we have received some questions already. I'm ably supported by Coach Itwen and Coach Christy, like I said before. And among the three of us, we'll be answering the questions you may have about your ZENIQ blockchain, assets minted on the ZENIQ blockchain, and then assets minted or partnering with the Layer K blockchain, project. Remember, if you recall, we all started in 2021 with the ZENIQ blockchain project. Then the community name for ZENIQ attached to ZENIQ permanently then was Sapphire, S-A-F-I-R. You recall? And then down the line, sometime January this year, or not even January this year, sometime August or July last year, there was a need to upgrade the system to make us go number one, to actualize our vision to be number one on the globe. Coming from that vision, we attracted Desert Pearl, Dubai Desert Pearl. We attracted the Den2 Pan. We attracted the T-Drone. We attracted the CD, the real estate project in Austria. T-Drone is the first tokenized drone project. Then regardless, the first movie project that promotes the lifestyle of someone who started from zero, in fact, below zero, and used the network marketing model to get himself to becoming a well-known popular citizen of the state country called Turkey. And he became a multi-millionaire and still is a multi-millionaire. And then there are other projects like VU, the Uber and the Amazon of aviation, and also ZENIQ. And so along the line, the vision to become number one was seeing our business go through a lot of measure from groups that also admire us, groups that see that we're not only regulated by MICA, Markets in Crypto Assets, that's the name of the regulator, official regulator for crypto and blockchain business in the whole of the European continent. It's called MICA. And then we're also, in addition to MICA, regulated again by VARA, V-A-R-A, Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority of the UAE. And so the European countries who want, better regulatory, oversight, rather than kill innovation, promote innovation privately, while government supports from the back. Most of them were attracted to our blockchain. Yes, they were attracted to our blockchain, and that led to a merger, right? A merger means when 2 or 3 entities come together to form one, and the goal is the same. So instead of adopting the name Sapphire, they decided to jointly adopt the community name Xera, X-E-R-A, X-E-R-A. And so along the line, there was need to write the independent companies that were already tokenized then on the ZENIQ blockchain of the features of Xera and the need for a new blockchain to be formed that will have the features of ZENIQ, 60%, the features of Binance, the features of Ethereum, and the features of Arbitrum, another blockchain called Arbitrum, to merge together those features to form Layer K. So cooperation was required. And I was live in Dubai in January this year when that was consummated. And I was back again after the January event, I was back again in April for leaders only workshop. That workshop was 4 days, where the roadmap was huge and the step-by-step process was agreed to, and the need for us to wait for the companies are already tokenized on the ZENIQ blockchain to make up their own minds whether they are coming to Layer K, because Layer K has taking reward program, what is called linking, whereby while your minters are minting, if you stake it, you get staking reward. While your mentors are minting, if you stake it, you get staking reward. And the reward is daily, can be withdrawn daily. But the ZENIQ blockchain, if you recall, didn't have that staking attached to it. It was still in progress. It was still work in progress. But with layer K blockchain, super blockchain, and Sitware, the staking is instant. And every project, I repeat, every project that want to be on the layer K blockchain will first of all have to rework its white paper to allow for staking and daily staking reward. Because the minters that are in layer K are hybrid in nature. Hybrid means they can mint both layer K token, they can mint it, give you staking reward for both layer K projects, and do the same also for additional tokenized projects on the same minter. So ZENIQ didn't have those kind of advantages. And so the companies on their own, after weighing all these changes that are taking place and the effect it might have on the date of their listing, and the effect it might have on their other activities they've already planned on, decided that it was better to make that sacrifice because it will cause some delay to their earlier planned program. And so many of them, I'll list them. CD decided to go to layer K. Remember, this is not news. I did an update when I was in Turkey. I was in Turkey for the Zera layer K convention in July. And I made an update while there in Turkey in my hotel room. So if you check the Genius Investors YouTube channel, where you're watching this video from, if you're watching the replay, you will see a video I did in July. Okay? And so that video, explains all of this. So I don't need to repeat some of the information. So CD, the real estate project in Austria, decided to migrate to layer K. It wasn't like the good life. Regardless, decided to move. T-Drone decided to go to layer K. And one other one, 5 Rings, thank you, decided also to move to layer K, leaving the ZENIQ blockchain. It was expected that VU and Evinok would do the same thing. But VU and Evinok decided on the otherwise, that they were going to remain in ZENIQ. Why? They had already shifted their launch date. Remember, VU is the Amazon and also the Uber of aviation. Okay? So VU is the name of an app owned by Evinok. Evinok is already having a staking program run on the ZENIQ Smart Chain for 10, 15 years already before now. Okay? And so I'm one of the beneficiaries and one of those who have staked my Evinok for 10, 15 years. And those who were here before, they need to did the same thing. Christy did the same thing. And some of you have done the same thing, right? And Evinok was also the first. When you hear Evinok and VU, they are the same company. VU is the name of an app owned by the company called Evinok. And so Evinok was also the first to come up with something called Supersonic program, whereby you can buy a hub, the minting hub, minting the VU coin from the ZENIQ blockchain, and then buy Evinok token that is already selling in the market. If you link the two of them according to a certain ratio, every quarter, the rate of your Evinok that you bought and put inside will double in a program called Supersonic. So because of that, the Evinok group came up with the fact that no, they don't want to leave. Because if they do, the delay is not in their favor. And if they do, they already have a staking program in their own way anyway. So it's not a big deal, the staking option given in layer K. Plus other reasons, business reasons that they don't necessarily need to disclose to us. Okay? They decided to stay back in ZENIQ. And ZENIQ has an app called Nomo. With that app, the way the app is structured, everything tokenized on the ZENIQ blockchain must first of all be withdrawn to Nomo before you can take it out. And so that gave Nomo some qualities that are unique. And so VU and Evinok are already enshrined in Nomo and the ZENIQ blockchain. So it's like somebody being married, it takes a lot of effort to divorce. So VU and Evinok didn't want that divorce because they want to launch the VU app October. October is next month from when I'm doing this presentation. And so let's say last week of October. Okay, and so if they had wanted to join the layer K migration, that date will be changed again. Remember, they've changed the date before. It was supposed to be launched June, July, the last summer, 2024. So now it's been moved to October 2024. So because of that, it was now decided for the interest of all the independent projects who have been very supportive, for the interest of everybody, the programmers, we, the community people, and all the rest, that the two blockchains should remain separate and run concurrently. While ZENIQ will be dedicated to VU and other projects that may not want to move, even though it's only VU that remain behind, VU and EVINOC. The other ones now moved. So now how do we manage the community? Will the community have 2 blockchains? Because the decision to leave the 2 blockchains running is logical in the circumstance, considering that VU, the reasons VU has given, okay? You must be, in business, you must be fair enough that everybody is carried along, otherwise there'll be legal issues. And VU is a wonderful project. In fact, VU, it looks like a country where everybody will be rich. If you have the VU Hub, or you have the VU Gold program, or you know anything about VU, if you want any detail, there's a write-up that can be forwarded to you. Contact any of our resource persons, or if you're watching the replay, leave a comment in the comment section that with your email or your how you can be contacted on the VU opportunity. A write-up written will be sent to you that summarizes the VU opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity. What Uber has already done to taxi is what VU is doing to aviation, and much more. So for these and other reasons, we now have 2 blockchains. So, but you can't have 2 communities. I mean, you can't have 2 communities in one blockchain. What do I mean by that? You can't have 2 network marketing, referral marketing communities referring to 2 blockchains. Yes, 1 is better than 2 because 2 will cause, separation. And then VU, in response to that, decided to do VU.1, created a club, an elitist club where you join with 100 euro, to safeguard his own community so that his program can run a bit of independently outside Zera. So that was communicated. If you listen to our, if you read some of our communications in the last less than a week ago, I think a few days back, maybe 4 or 3 days back, you would have seen the official notification, even though some of us have known. But it was now made official because talks were still going on the best way to handle this so that everybody will be happy. So the win-win scenario is to allow ZENIQ running at 30,000 transactions per second, who has been a pioneer in the tokenization space, who minted Desert Pearl, who is minting VU, who minted Tupan, and these other projects I mentioned, to remain with VU and EVINOC. While the rest projects, as at the date of the merger, all decided on their own to move to Layer K. So Layer K is in the process now of putting finishing touch on his own smart chain. So once it finishes touch on the smart chain, scheduled for this last quarter of 2024 is starting in October, don't forget. So before that last quarter, we'll be hearing from the programmers. Also, a standalone wallet is in the offing, a wallet that will have the features of MetaMask and all of that. And so these are the plans put in place to make us as the first blockchain project in the world that is sufficiently decentralized, giving everyone the opportunity to buy the machines that holds the nodes. The nodes is like the record, the joint record of anything that happens on the blockchain. And so that machine you're buying gives you the status of a miner. Because I've heard people say, I'm a Bitcoin miner, I'm an Ethereum miner. Miner is the name for the technology at the time for those projects. Now, technology normally evolves. So it has evolved to the name Minter for the current time. And so holding those machines, giving us the opportunity to co-own this blockchain, be stakeholders, be sure that the security is so decentralized that it's statistically impossible to hack it. It gives Layer K, an elitist position. But don't forget, 60% of Layer K, was from ZENIQ, while the 40% came from other blockchains, making it a super blockchain. So that's the journey so far. So do you lose anything? No. Do you gain? Yes, in my opinion. How do you gain? All your minters are minting. I mean, this part of this discussion is for those who have been here before January 2024. If you've not joined this business before January 2024, you may want to ignore some of these things I'm saying because they're just history for you. But some of us have been here since 2021 for this particular project. And this information, is required for those set of people. That is why I'm going to that detail. And remember, it's recorded so other people can have access to it. And then we don't need to be going back or just going forward. So this time to lose anything, no. Where are your minted tokens? That's the next thing. K-minting is the name of a webon. A webon exists inside Nomo, just like your Play Store or Apple Store, okay? Where you download apps. But on Nomo, Web3, it's a Web3 application. They decided to call it webon, web-on, like web add-on. So when you go to your Nomo, which is you can download for free in any of the Play Store or Apple Store, on the search button, you'll see webon. Discovery webon. Discovery webon. So when you click on Discovery webon, It will give you all the weapons you can add. One of the ones you see in the first page is called K Maintenance. We click on K Maintenance, you will see all the projects you bought in the ZENIQ ecosystem. They are displayed there, right there on your phone. All. And how many tokens have been minted. Some of them, the minters are muted, that they don't have a display, but the project is there the day you bought it and all of how many hubs you have, how many it has minted for those that have display and all of that. They are all there, 100%. And they're still minting in the background. So which day are they listing and all of that? Because of this merger and all this background I've created, some of them will have to wait and rework their white paper, discuss with their investors, and then give a new date to be listed. Why? In layer K, they have to provide for staking and staking reward. In ZENIQ, that was not necessary. Staking and staking reward is benefit for you and I. It's like fixed depositing. You're earning money daily while you're waiting. So that's a big deal, my friends. And those projects that don't have staking leads to dumping. What is called dumping? Dumping is when a lot of people are, they are tired of holding a token. Once they hear that the token is being listed, they'll just go and sell a lot of it. And that leads to oversupply of tokens in the market compared to the existing demand. So staking delays that process, makes us, while we're waiting, we're chopping. While we're waiting, we're gaining reward. So it's a new way of compensating long-term rangers. So do you know anybody who invested with ZENIQ? Do you know anybody who invested when we're in Sapphire? Get them this audio or get them this video. You'll have done them a lot of favor. Also, if you have migrated successfully to layer K, you can still file your K minting under Omnify. You go to Omnify, open your Omnify account. The second item on the menu is called 360 DeFi. You enter 360 DeFi. The second sub-menu in the 360 DeFi is Cloud K, okay, and all of that. So you can see your Cloud K. You came during CLFI time. People, if you join this business between January and April, we're up to May even, we're minting CLFI, if you remember. So where will you find your K-Mod projects or your CLFI minting and all the hubs you had before? Go to DeFi 360. Then the second item on the menu, you see Cloud K. So Cloud K is the new K-Mod. Okay, you see everything displayed there. And then please read all the notifications. Okay, recently there's a notification that for keeping our hubs all this long, there's now a withdrawal fee when you are withdrawing. That's when you want to withdraw and sell. So for keeping the house safe and keeping everything in charge, there's now a little fee attached, and that little fee is payable to the ZENIQ and NOMO administrators. There's a notice there, but it's not immediate. It's when you choose. So you can click the later button. As you want to pay now or you want to pay later, you click the later button. Okay. So I've clicked the later button. I've not paid myself. So you can, keep postponing on things. When the market is ripe and you want to really withdraw, you're in profit, you can pay the little charges for keeping your assets safe, right? Okay, so that's that. Then what else do you need to know? Your K minting is also, you can access it from your Omnify. How do you do that? On the Omnify menu, you scroll down on the menu, you see external apps. External apps, you click on it. You see all the partners that we have. K minting is there. Neo1, the ZenTech, the fintech group with 15 licenses on arrival. You remember Neo1, the group that already been existing in Monaco that has 4 billion assets they are managing for others and all of that. Their app is there. You'll see K minting, like I mentioned. You see Quantwise, you see Ramstarter, and you see Wallet Key, and so on. So why am I making this brief? So that after listening to this, we don't intend to make it too long. You'll be able to find your way in case you went on vacation or you were not with us for the past 3 months or 4 months. This can help you find your bearing. And if you have not migrated from Sapphire to our new ecosystem, go to sapphire.com. All your details are still there. I repeat, go to sapphire.com. All your details are still there. As far as you know your email address, you can do recover password and it will take you back into the system. So you don't need to bother at all. When it takes you into the system, it will guide you on how to migrate. So you can even migrate now. Yes, this moment. So once you are watching this video, know that you can still migrate. So where are you migrating to? You're migrating to Xera. Xera is spelled Xera. It will give you a notification and everything, give you an update. So Xera is a new community we're using to do business with our super blockchain layer K. Okay? ZENIQ is left with NOMO and VU, and VU has started to have VU.1. VU.1 is the name of like a club for people of those of us promoting and supporting the VU revolution, travel revolution. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, from my side. So I will now hand over. If you have any questions, this is the purpose of tonight's presentation. So don't shy away. Type your questions in the comment box if you feel there may be no time. But the ones you have already received, I will leave the mic now and the camera now to Coach Itwen to help us navigate, ask the questions we have received thus far. And please, you are free to type your questions right now in the comment box in case we don't have much time. But if after the ones we have received, there's still time, of course, you can speak with your mic on. So thank you. For those who came late, my name is Lawrence Enebili. I'm also called Lorenzo, and Lorenzo the Great by friends and admirers. So I did this update on behalf of the mastermind running Genius Investors, and my co-mastermind member, Itwen. We take it off from here. Itwen, over to you, please.
All right, Coach Lorenzo, thank you very much for giving us that brief summary of what has happened over between 2021 and to date. So we'll just, most of the questions you have said, most of your speech has already been answered in the questions we have there, but I will just ask those questions again for concise clarity. So we'll start with what's the relationship between ZENIQ and Layer K, and why is there a split between both ecosystems?
Okay, the relationship I explained earlier, but I'll repeat it for sake of this question. We started with ZENIQ. ZENIQ is a wonderful project. But as life evolved, different people were attracted to ZENIQ, in my opinion, for two main reasons. One, it obeys MICA, the regulatory authority for Europe, because the founders of ZENIQ are Austrians. Austria is a country in Europe. They immigrated to Dubai. You know, Dubai laws are a bit more friendly to immigrants. And so most people prefer to come there, gain the advantage of Dubai, get Dubai money, because the ruler of Dubai used to give grants for innovation and all of that. So such grants are not available in Europe at the time. And so you have the regulator for Europe, the entire continent regulating you. That's heavy. And you're scoring well. And you have, in addition, the one regulating UAE for blockchain. It's called VARA, V-A-R-O-A, Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, with headquarters at World Trade Center in Dubai. And so ZENIQ took off, even to the extent that the government of Dubai found it necessary to tokenize Dubai Desert, part of Dubai Desert, in a project called Desert Belt. But the attraction is what led to the merger. That is the point I'm trying to make. So with a merger, a new blockchain was allowed to be born with the features of 60% ZENIQ and 40% combining Ethereum, Binance, and Arbitrum. So as at that date of the merger, there's no blockchain that has all those features in one. No. Layer K is the first. And so for that reason, a new blockchain with experts needed to be programmed from day one. Now, before then, there was Sapphire. So Sapphire negotiated with these people who wanted to partner with us. They are the one who came to us anyway, not we to them. This is important. And so, but it was negotiated that the name should be changed, the name of the community. Just like the name of the blockchain is no longer ZENIQ, I mean the super blockchain is no longer ZENIQ, even though ZENIQ contributed 60% or about 60% of the features. There was now reason to say, okay, which community name are we going to use to promote this blockchain? Because that's the way of the world now. Technology people cannot sell technology. We, me and you, are better salespeople for technology. We're the users, we're the best people to recommend what we are using that is working for us to another person. That's a new way of marketing in the world today. All right? It's called relationship marketing or network marketing. Marketing goods and services within your existing network of family, friends, and friends of friends, or between your existing relationships and so on. And so that's the relationship. I hope we get it. One gave birth jointly, combining with other groups to the other. ZENIQ provided part of the infrastructure, additional to others, and inclusive to form Layer K. Now the name Sapphire had to be dropped, but the leaders of Sapphire, Henk de Prink at the time, MD, and my good friend Wena Kaiser, were the president and vice president, if you remember, of Zera January merger 2021, 2024. I was there physically present in the state of Dubai when this merger was consummated. And if you go to my social media page, or if you check our videos, the same YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, you see videos, to that effect, 3 presentations we've done like this to that effect. And so, in coming up with the name Zera, Xera, it was chosen because none of the merging community found it necessary to adopt any of their existing names. So they had to adopt a new name so they start on a clean slate. But the communities that came together to form ZERA now total 2.2 million. Sapphire alone provided 630,000 people. But from day one, because of the other communities, network marketing communities that are emerging from the different projects like CLFI, remember, do you remember LK1, the food that makes money? Still have mine here. This was not manufactured by ZENIQ. This was manufactured by the group called CLFI. So CLFI has a company that manufactures hardware in partnership with a company that manufactures hardware called Horys, H-O-R-Y-S, Horys, H-O-R-Y-S. And so with all this merger of big people bringing big values, ZERA was formed. So that's the relationship. So ZERA cannot, therefore, market two blockchains. So the reason the decision has to be taken, which blockchain will ZERA market? Because of the history I've explained, you will understand why it has to be layer K. So ZERA is permanently attached to layer K. And so ZENIQ has to stay back because of VU and EVNOC in the explanation I've given before. So they're like twins, you know, of some sort, or they are siblings of some sort. So we were related. And that is the relationship. Itwen, I hope I answered that question. If not, please ask another one.
Thank you very much. So yeah, you've answered the next question. How do I access my K-Minting? You've explained that I'm using the web-on function on the Nomo app. So the third question.
And also at Omnify. Okay. Yes, you're right. I explained it before. There are two ways to access your projects that you have been minting in ZENIQ blockchain. The web-on that holds is called K-Minting, just like Itwen said. And you can access your K-Minting from your Nomo app and also from your Omnify account. Omnify is a technology company and a shop for selling and managing money and the technology we're selling, products and services we're selling. So Omnify is your gateway. It replaced two assets. They are the same people. It's just a name change. Just like I have Lawrence. My name is Lawrence Enebeli. Those are my official names. You can say Mr. Enebeli or Mr. Lawrence. They are referring to the same person. So you can say two assets or you say Omnify. Anywhere you come from, they're the same organization. But for purpose of simplicity, they chose Omnify. So the same two assets, the same two-factor authenticator you used to log into your two assets.io account is the exact same one you can use to log into your Omnify account. And like I said, if from when you came from Omnify, just face your Omnify. If from when you came, we're already doing two assets, just know that both Omnify and two assets are one and the same. Exactly one. They just admitted an extra partner. And that occasioned the fact that they needed to change name. But they are one and the same infrastructure. So I hope this settles that. Nothing has been lost. Everything is intact. And we're moving forward. And very determined and deliberate also to becoming #1 blockchain community in the world that has one of the most, or if not the most decentralized nodes owned by its own or owned and kept by its own investors across the globe, including me, including you, to the extent of your participation. And then Bitcoin does not have it for record purposes. Ethereum does not have it, this kind of structure I'm telling you. Solana does not have it. Aaron does not have it, but we have it. And these blockchains I've mentioned, if you think they are small blockchains, please Google them and see that they are very big. Tron does not have it. Forgot to mention Tron. Cardano does not have it. Binance does not have it. So you can see how big what we have is. And remember, we're over 2.2 million people as of January 2024 when the merger was consummated. And then we're growing further from there. Okay, over to you, Trent.
All right, thank you, Coach Lorenzo. So the next question is, what are the prospects? You've mentioned two projects that have decided to stay with the ZENIQ ecosystem. So what are the prospects with the ZENIQ ecosystem?
Okay, good question. There are prospects there from my own perspective. One, ZENIQ has one of the cheapest transaction fees in the world. In fact, that is what attracted EVNOC that owns VU to stay there. Why? EVNOC was already in Ethereum. EVNOC was originally born in Ethereum. They migrated because the Ethereum fees when you're doing transaction is high. And you know EVNOC, their business is VU. VU wants to be rewarding passengers. So every time you travel using the airline, just like a book Uber, you'll be able to be booking from booking VU, whether it's a private jet, business aviation, commercial aviation, local flight, or international flight. Starting from last week in October, you start hearing the name VOO in all the airports in the world. So what's the big deal? The big deal is that this VOO, when you travel through it, to give you 1% of your ticket as loyalty points. In addition to the loyalty point you got from the airline that you are using. If you book to those airlines through VOO, that is the deal. And VOO's own 1% is paid in cryptocurrency. So it's like travel and get crypto. And you know, crypto, you can interchange it, you can exchange it for USDT, you can exchange it for Bitcoin, you can trade it around. But your current loyalty points in your current airline, do they give you crypto? The answer is no. They just give you some number that you can only use in that particular airline. True or false as loyalty points. You know the answer. So VOO is going to scale, basically. So it is important that VOO stays in a blockchain where if it sends you 1% of your ticket, let's say you buy a ticket of $100. $100 is $1. So they should be able to send you your $1 worth of token without paying fee of $3 to send you $1, if you understand what I mean. Ethereum can be so expensive that if you want to send $1, you have to pay $3 sometimes. So if I want to send you $1, for example, and I have to pay another $1 to send it, you know, it's like I didn't send you any money. I sent you $2, but one went to exchanges. That's exchange fee. So the blockchain called ZENIQ makes it easy for you to send $1. You pay 0.00001 cent. It makes sense from a businessman's perspective. So that is one reason. I've told you the reason of speed also, 30,000 transactions per second. I've told you the trust the Dubai government has on ZENIQ blockchain, transparency and all of that, to allow their own project, land of Dubai, to be tokenized in that project. If you know the leadership of Dubai, you know that's symbol that yes, ZENIQ has arrived. So for these reasons, the bull is coming, and anybody who has ZENIQ like I do, I still have my ZENIQ hubs and they're still minting. I also transferred, migrated part of it to layer K, but part is still with ZENIQ. Why am I leaving the other part in ZENIQ now? Is because the bull run is coming. When bull run comes, all project prices will be going up gradually. It's already happening now, if you can notice. They're moving gradually. So that fortune that is making the stock market move, we favor projects that have fundamentals. This is important. ZENIQ is one of such projects. And even if you send this video to anybody who understands blockchain business, he sees this analysis and confirm what I'm telling you, he'll tell you that yes, ZENIQ has fundamental. If not, the Dubai government can never dream of tokenizing their Dubai land on the ZENIQ blockchain. That's point one. Point two, VOO. Very soon, everybody will be traveling now using VOO app. The same way you can't do taxi now without Bolt or Uber. So that will make everybody make Nomo popular. So Nomo is the app that will send you a link for your loyalty point. When you click on a link, it will force you to download Nomo, then to deposit your your loyalty point inside, because that's promise kept. And so for every loyalty point you pay, the fee for the transaction is charged in ZENIQ coin. So that will give you a use case to ZENIQ coin. I know aviation as we speak now, as at December 2023, tickets sold, local flight, international flight, private jet, business aviation put together was worth $880 billion, about that, $880 billion. And then there's nobody booking it like VOO. So if VOO enters that market, you can see that a lot of people will be using ZENIQ blockchain without knowing they're using ZENIQ blockchain. The same way today, if somebody is trying giving you USDT, you remember? If somebody is sending USDT to you, do you know that for every USDT you receive, Tron network benefits? Tron is the name of a blockchain network. Tron is the blockchain that is housing USDT. For every USDT somebody has ever sent to you, there's the fee goes to the Tron network. So that's providing a use case for the Tron network. That is why you see Tron network is one of the strongest networks in the world in terms of use case. Why? Whether you're selling Bitcoin, or you're selling Ethereum, or you're selling Solana, or you're selling meme coin, or what have you, when you want to cash out, it's through USDT. Have you ever asked yourself, which blockchain is USDT running on? It's Tron. So that effect I just mentioned for Tron is the effect ZENIQ is going to have because of VOO. Watch out for it. And that will sustain the price of ZENIQ. That will make a lot of people want to invest in it. That will make a lot of people buy the ZENIQ to hold as exchange fee, what is called gas fee, when these multiple transactions of loyalty points will be taking place automatically. So that's my view. So it's a long-term hold. But remember, in the next 1 year, the bull has started. Experts predict, who have been watching the market, that it will last for no less than 6 months. And it can go up to 18 months. So watch out for that. And those of us who have ZENIQ, I will say be patient. The good days are here. I hope I answered that question, Itwe.
Yes,
hello,
thanks,
Itwe.
Lorenzo. So the next question is, yes, you got me. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. All right. So the next question is on the new charges being carried out on the keeping of the ZENIQ hubs. So the question is that why am I being charged for operating the ZENIQ hub?
Okay, good question. Yes, we're all being charged now. Remember, it's a new thing. It's not up to 10 days old. Meanwhile, they've been keeping the hub for us since 2021. So we've gotten used to not paying for keeping of our hubs. You know, you could have bought the machine, kept it in your house, and you'll be paying maintenance fees and the machine is faulty, for example. Just like when you buy TV, keep in your house. When the TV goes bad, you call a TV technician, you still have to pay, isn't it? So we're not used to being paid. That's the point. I mean, we're not used to paying for that keeping of the hub and maintaining it. That's the point. Now that has been introduced. So, you know, when something is introduced new, particularly people have to pay something, they feel inconvenience, including me. Okay. But the why is this: there's maintenance fee for the blockchain to run. Remember, the ZENIQ blockchain just had a flow of maybe 85 or 90% of its partners leave to layer K. It ought to have left if VU did not insist that it's staying back. It ought to have found a way to make, because that was the original plan, to delist ZENIQ, the same way CLFI is being delisted right now. But because of the explanation I made about VU and the reasons given, you know, that had to change. So ZENIQ now at some point knew very well, at some point, me I knew that Nomo is not Father Christmas. At some point, Nomo would have had to charge anyway. So that day has come. Because Nomo is a super app. So most of us here have Nomo Hub. Me, I have. Each one I know you have. A lot of people who did the 2-pound swap that time got Nomo Hub. The hub is something that means the token for you while you sleep. So Nomo is a very strategic business to the ZENIQ blockchain. So one of the ways they earn money is by charging for their services, especially for if they are keeping your hub for you. Remember, they are charging only when you are withdrawing. You can decide to pay later, many years later. You can decide to pay now. You can decide to pay when you're withdrawing. And the fees is it's just a small fry. It's just that of the value of your asset when you finally wait and you want to withdraw. It's just that you and I are not used to paying now, are we? But that's the reason. It's a business and the business needs to be sustainable. And then don't forget security. If you don't pay your security man well in your house, can you trust him to mind your gate? Question. So the company we're housing our hubs need a little fee at this time. It wasn't there since 2021. In fact, since 2020 when this project started. Yeah? Sorry, since 2021 when this project started. They've not charged a dime for keeping our hubs till date. So they just started, and I understand. But the reasons are clear, and it's for business reason. So I think we should adjust. But don't withdraw. That would be my personal advice. You may not wish to withdraw now till the markets really favor you in terms of listing on the project, in terms of project price of the tokens. So there's an opportunity for you to see later, and you continue seeing all your assets there. So each one, I hope that helped.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much for that clarity.
Yeah, we lost you. I hope it's not my own network.
Question goes to the ZENIQ hubs. So the question is, how can I get ZENIQ hub? Can you hear me?
Yes, it was breaking before, but your question is, how can you get ZENIQ hub? Did I get that right?
Yes, fantastic. Yeah, that's the question.
Okay. Right now, ZENIQ hub is gone. If you didn't buy ZENIQ since 2021 till date, sorry, it's no longer selling. We've bought all of it, basically. So that is part of the reason we're even selling other projects massively. So the same way we're telling people to buy the layer K minters, now they are not going to last forever. Nothing does, especially good projects that give you between 4 to 8% return on investment per month. That reminds me, tomorrow we're hosting a very big meeting for investors only, people who like, big business. People want to see exactly what we have. Minus the other projects, we are focusing on the layer K minter. How to mint your own money legally and credibly. So if you like that, please tell your friends who love money like me, especially if the money is legal and credible, to join us tomorrow, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. on this same link using joining this presentation today, we'll be seeing one of the 8 wonders of the world currently, where you earn between 8% to, 4%, I meant to say 4% up to 8.1% return on your staked token, not USDT, token. And our token is selling for over $1 already in the market. Every single day withdrawable. And if you accumulate what you have gained for 1 month, it's between 4 to 8%, depending on the volume of investment you did. And you can compound if you wish. You can withdraw if you wish daily, so long as the minimum conditions are met. Okay, so join us tomorrow, Thursday, 26th, and you'll be glad you did, you and your friends. So next question, please.
Okay, so we are done with the questions. We are promised to keep this within wraps. So this is the floor is open to others who want to ask their questions. You can unmute yourself and ask your questions if you want to ask.
Annie, yes, we'll have a short time to do that.
Rose, Wapi, Sam Olia, you have an opportunity to ask questions around the ecosystem, ZENIQ, around layer K, any other thing, clarification you need. The floor is open right now. So I guess none. Of course, you can reach out to the Genius Investors team, the admins, if you have any questions regarding this. Coach Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Up to you. So don't have any questions.
Okay, so thank you, Ben. Yes, I think probably all the questions they had in mind have been answered already up front. And that's the beauty of technology. That's the beauty of Genius Investors. That's also the beauty of the layer K ecosystem and the ZENIQ ecosystem. Things are transparent and they're in the open and you can check them out. But don't forget, tomorrow we want to make some extra money. Join us 8 p.m. I'll be there live. We want to discuss how is it that you can make 4 to 8% return on investment in digital token assets that is withdrawable in dollars. How is it so? And I'm saying it's legal and credible. Yes, the layer K super blockchain makes that possible. Like you heard me, by legal and credible means. Regulated by 2 regulators, one for Europe and one for the whole of the UAE. You can't beat that. For details, we invite you in advance with your friends. And you'll be glad you attended that class. And if you miss it, don't miss the replay as well. So on behalf of all of us, I want to thank Ituen for coordinating this meeting. Christy is in the background and all those who attended. And if you're watching this as a replay, watch it again. Send it to your friends. Let's make money while the opportunity exists. Remember, by legal and credible means. Take care. And on behalf of Genius Investors, we thank you for spending time with us. Watch the other videos on our YouTube channel and take decisions that are due for you at this time. Remember, if you don't make money while you are young, you're probably going to be working, sweating, stressing till you drop dead. Think about that. So it's smart to do the needful while you still have time. Thank you, and we trust that you act in your best interest. All right, take care until we come your way again. We're Genius Investors, and we thank you for spending time with us. Thank you, Coach Ituen, and thanks everyone. Have a beautiful evening, and bye.
Thank you. Bye.